On this day, the 11th day of July 2021, the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, that y'all call the most honorable Prime Minister, has opened a Pandora's box, a can of worms, when he gave a ministry to his wife called the spouse of the Prime Minister. Didn't go for election. How could that be? As tough as things is in this country, we can't pay our bills. The Prime Minister gave his wife a ministry. So, watch this. How the demographic has changed. What if the leader of the DNA becomes Prime Minister of this country? She's going to have a ministry for the husband of the Prime Minister. So you can bring all them Africans in it, them Nigerians or wherever he's from. All the Kunta Kinte them will have a free pass. He have his own ministry. His wife is the Prime Minister. Who's going to stop him from doing whatever he want to do in his ministry? We don't know what the hell Minnie's wife is doing with her ministry. Then you have Brave Davis, the leader of the Progressive Liberal Party that many don't think in his party. You imagine Brave have to address the nation for 5 years? I am killing myself. Brave is a Queen's Counsel, whatever that means. And I gotta listen so intensely when he's speaking, like he's straining for words. Like, Brave man, say something, Brave. I was trying to save him, but they didn't want nobody like me. I am too strong. I speak so freely, and my words sometimes cuts where it's supposed to cut. But imagine Brave as Prime Minister of this Commonwealth of the Bahamas. You can't understand what he's saying. And then his wife has her own ministry. She will be the first, spouse of the Prime Minister that's not born in the Bahamas to have her own ministry. So she gonna bring all the Trinidadians in? All her family? I remember one time they had something going on with the family in Trinidad. Brave take Bahamas Air flight and go on a joyride with his wife and her family down in Trinidad. Is this was gonna be happen? We're gonna have a direct flight from Trinidad into Nassau and call it the flight of the spouse of Brave Davis, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I guess Bahamas Air will be going to Africa too, to pick up the rest of the Copalafians and the Kunta Kintians. All of them will be on a free flight, like how they send the Haitians to Haiti. They come on a boat, but they go on Bahamas Air jet. And when they get down there, they give each $100. After Hurricane Dorian, Bahamas Air jet in, never coming to pick us up, that I know of. I didn't catch that flight, didn't see that flight. And Bahamas Air began to price gouge with Bahamians that was sleeping at the Marshall International Airport for days, was sleeping at the Treachery International Airport for days. They forgot that we needed to get out of here. My member of parliament, the minister, he was in the hurricane. He took a nice, comfortable ride to Nassau on the Coast Guard, the United States Coast Guard. Thank God for the Coast Guard. But he never arranged to have transport to pick up his people that were on the ground in Marshall and Treachery. He went to Nassau and took a shower and went to sleep. Never heard from our member of parliament for months. Even his relatives that were in Nassau were calling me. His first cousins. His sister children. Said he refused to help them. I said, buddy, I can't. I am in the same boat y'all in. Out to sea without a rudder. Don't have a house, don't have a home, don't have no monies, and gotta prepare for my mother's funeral. I had it worse than most. We have went through hell. There's so many people in Abaco that doesn't recognize the struggle, and I ask myself often, why do I even bother? The people that you think that know better, they are looking for the government to give them free land. I know people that's been on the government land for 40 years. They refuse to give them the paper. But if you have white pigmentation, you got hundreds of acres like Baker's Bay. They don't care because the money goes to their account. They don't care about you. But be careful when you go to the poll and who the first lady or the first man gonna be. Are we forever moving away from being Bahamian? Look at the Minister of Immigration. I kind of almost feel remorseful for the immigration officers that riding up and down in the bus all day looking for work. Man, they're hungry and agitated to do their job, but they can't do it because the minister said, leave my people alone. They went to the House Assembly to ask. They were talking about the judge, and I said, man, leave that judge alone. The judge said not to break the homes down in Abaco. How did we get to the point to have them built? The government is directly responsible because they had the defense force there, but they removed them. So that means if it's okay now, it's open season to build. We in Abaco are hurting for change. And some of them, they don't want no change because they don't have that intelligence to think about why they are trying to lock Kai up, why they have locked Kai up twice, put me in prison just because I speak truth. They don't want you to be nothing but dumb and stupid and vote FNM and PLP and beg them for land and you can't get nothing done. 4 decades of nothing being done. I'm taking a giant step, not for me, but for you to go and ask and beg and do whatever it takes to make sure that Abaco is recognized and Abaco gets its fair share. What if Kai was the member of parliament? Do you think I would wait for an election year to build a home that the prime minister say let the white people build it? The white people give the money, but the black brutes don't want you to have nothing. The prime minister say let the whites do it. He's not going to do it. He's not going to build one home. The whites give the money. The black brutes is holding the money hostage, holding the homes hostage until you decide to vote FNM. I think not. Dressed up in the white, the red, dressed up in the yellow. But vote for Kai Mills because I am that change that they don't want you to have. Even my colleagues in Dundastan don't mind the noise of the market. It's about numbers. Numbers win election. And how could they come and tell you to vote for Kurt Cornish and Darren Henfield when they have not spoken to you one day after the hurricane? Darren is here every weekend to bury the dead in Dundastan and Abaco North. But Darren Henfield has not walked to the community. Darren Henfield has not walked to the community of Dundas, Murphy, Central Pine, North Abaco 1 week yet. Had not put pen to paper to say, let me help this person. All he's been doing is lying. Remember the material in the pine forest? 1917 trailers of 40-foot containers. He gave the material out. during the Easter. But he lied to us and said that the material to build more domes than Abaco people didn't want. They are still in the dome with no chance in hell of getting out those domes while the FNM still remains the government. It's your choice. It's about change. Kai is the one that's bringing that change. Kai is the one that's been talking about that change. In order to bring change, you got to change your way of thinking. Change the way you vote. Vote for Kai, because Kai has always cared. That's why I'm still here. You're not seeing the backs of me like Darren Henfield. You're seeing me daily, weekly, speaking about the issues of concern. He has not opened his mouth. Oh yes, he's gotten millions from the Chinese. What is Darren doing getting money for the Chinese? That's another video. Why is he getting money for the Chinese and doing nothing about paying our bills, nothing about rebuilding Abaco? But he's getting money from the Chinese. Kai cares. Y'all think about that on election day. See if any Chinese gonna vote in North Abaco. Not one Chinese can vote in Abaco. Kai can vote, you can vote. Darren cannot vote. You imagine Darren can't even vote for himself? But you can vote. Vote right. Vote for Kai, because he cares.